All right, guys, we got to talk about the economy because it is not looking good by almost any measure. This is devastating. This chart is the year on year change in US blue collar employment. This is the manufacturing jobs that we were promised by Trump, that he would bring back. This is absolutely horrendous. Look at 2025. That's where it begins. And look at the steep decline all the way through, continuing to decline into the new year. The only sector of blue collar that's in the positive is construction. Everything else is in the negatives. That means we're losing jobs there. Manufacturing, the biggest one, losing jobs. Mining, logging, oil and gas, losing jobs. Transportation and warehousing, losing jobs. Utilities, and the total, obviously the average, just straight down. This is not the only bad news. I mean, as you guys have been paying attention to what AI has been doing to the white collar jobs, on the flip side, been absolutely devastating that as well. And the response that we got from, our elite overlords was, don't worry, AI is here. There's nothing we can do about it, but you can always go to the trades and become a plumber, become an electrician, go into construction, go do this, go do that, like learn some skills. For what jobs? They're disappearing off the face of the earth almost as fast as what AI is doing to them. So the question that I have for those who voted for Trump is, where are the manufacturing jobs? Where is the blue collar sector making its comeback? What is the plan going forward? There's been a lot of hoorah and promises and this is what's going to happen and this and that. But I'm asking, where is the plan? Where is the plan? The tariffs have been absolutely insanely detrimental to this country's job market and economy. We were told that China was going to pay the tariffs. That was an obvious, blatant, brazen lie, or just a total ignorance of the actual reality of the situation. But what ended up happening, as everyone was saying, what would happen was the prices got pushed right back to the consumer. What the tariffs did to the farming industry absolutely decimated. The soybean farmers got screwed. The beef farmers got screwed to the point where Trump ended up going to his buddy in Argentina to buy beef from them instead of supporting his own farmers right here in the United States. Soybeans, China said, see you later. We're going to Brazil because we don't want to deal with your stupid ass tariffs. So goodbye to one of our biggest buyers of soybeans. They just got up and left. Guys, the economy is in horrendous shape. And if you're out there in the job market or you're seeking a job, you know what it's like. Bloomberg just reported that there's a record number of people working multiple jobs right now. Never before seen in US history has this many people been working multiple jobs. That's 2 to 3 jobs per person, record numbers right now as we speak under Trump, a year into his administration. The wealth gap is at like an all-time high. Like we've never seen anything like this before. Elon Musk is on track to be the world's first trillionaire, probably this year or next year. And we have people still living on the streets. Poverty is growing. The unemployment rate is, approaching 5%. Like things are not looking good. Wages are stagnant. Everything is getting more expensive. The grocery prices you guys have seen, coffee is up like 40%. Beef is up like 20-something%. Insane stuff. Housing is unaffordable. Like that whole American dream of owning a house, raising a family, white picket fence, that is long gone. And the worst part about it is this administration is not even acknowledging that any of this is a problem. What this administration is doing is it's using lines like we're in the golden age and, things are about to get so much better. But when you ask for like what the plan is, it's radio silence. CNN just reported that the economy just added 50,000 jobs in December. 2025 was the worst year for job growth since 2003. Guys, like this is like a code red situation. Like sirens should be going off about the economy, but we got so many other crises that are going on at the same time. Kidnapping leaders of sovereign nations, ICE killing people in the streets of neighborhoods, that like we're not even, the Epstein files not getting released, the White House ballroom, destroying the East Wing. There's so many other things going on that's taking up the oxygen where the economy is just being left to die all by itself. It's crazy, Mike. What do you make of what we're going through at the moment? Because to me, this is just absolutely bonkers.
It's no secret that the economy is definitely struggling right now. I want to say economy was probably the number one thing that Trump sort of championed over Harris. But now I don't know if people can really say that they feel like the economy is turning around. I know pretty much all of my friends, including MAGA friends, admit like, hey, man, prices are going up. Things are getting more expensive, blah, blah, blah. Even some family members who are definitely into Trump have even talked about how certain things are going up and getting more expensive now. So how much longer are people even going to keep blaming Biden? I mean, as you mentioned, that Bloomberg report about people holding the multiple jobs, it cited 9.3 million people have multiple jobs. And with CNN putting out that article about the 50,000 jobs in December, that's 50,000 in a market of 9.3 million working multiple jobs. So, and that there's millions more that work a single job that probably need a second job or something like that. So it just shows that the market is extremely competitive right now. Unemployment rate is going up. And with Trump promising to bring in all these manufacturing jobs, like these blue collar jobs that we're talking about here, this is going to take time. It's going to take many years for these factories to even be built. And then even once they get built, it's going to take time to find people and hire them. And then once you hire them, it's going to take time to train them. And then even then, Trump has already mentioned himself that they're going to be hiring more artificial things than people. That these jobs will not go to people. It's going to mostly go to robots and AI and things like that. And that's already been openly admitted. So we're seeing the human job market shrink and shrink and shrink. Automation's getting stronger. AI is getting stronger. Right after the big, beautiful bill passed that blocked regulation against AI, I believe it was Microsoft that dropped like 100,000 people that same week. So we're seeing all these mass layoffs, not to mention all the government jobs that were just completely gutted by Doge. So there's just more people looking for work than ever, or at least in recent history, I should say. As you mentioned, this goes all the way back. This was the lowest job growth since 2003. And if the claim is that the economy is doing great and it's better than ever, and this is the golden age, yada, yada, then why is Trump pitching 50-year mortgages as something that we should all be eagerly getting into? Most people aren't even going to own homes given the current pricing of housing and whatnot. But then you also had the Trump administration coming out around Christmas saying, hey, maybe you shouldn't buy gifts. You know, if people are over 18, don't get them gifts. If they're an old person, you know, just show them that you love them. You don't have to get them gifts and whatnot. And this is all very soft pedaled propaganda to sort of ease the tension on, man, I can't afford to give people the gifts that I want to give them. So I have to find some way to sort of justify it or to frame it or whatever. And these people are trying to help people sort of cope with that. But if the economy was booming and the economy was strong, then people should be able to go out and buy whatever they want because they have the money to do so. They have the capital, but we don't. And we see there is a sort of scarcity starting to settle in that I think is only going to get worse as that income gap or the inequality gap between the top 1% and the bottom 99 gets bigger and bigger.